Hello YouTube, it's Ben here from Team America 1, coming at you guys with an updated deck profile for you guys. And this is also a tournament report for the fundraising tournament that we held on Thursday, which was yesterday, and I'm recording this on a Friday. So, let's just get right into it. This is the exact build that I played. Let's just start things off. This is a 41 card deck, and I'll explain the 41st card, but to start things off, 3 copies of Sylvan Segoquoia. I do apologize, by the way, since this is like back-to-back Sylvan decks. Usually I'd like to add more variety, but I figured that maybe you guys would like a tournament update. So, the 3 Segoquoias, though, Segoquoia is the best Sylvan. I found that the mirror match is really hard. I've played the mirror match twice, which is kind of ridiculous, so... but 3 Sylvan Segoquoia. Segoquoia is just really good. Also, being able to get back your charities from the grave is pretty powerful. The 2 copies of Sylvan Hermitry. A lot of people either play 3 or 1. I think 2 is a perfect number. With that, at 1, I feel that I need the other Hermitries to go into off of the Lone Fire, and it makes rank 8 plays less relevant. And with 3, I feel that it clogs way too hard. So 2 is the perfect number for this card. It just generates so much advantage. Going on into that, 3 Sylvan Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper is your monster reborn for your Lone Fires, for your pretty much just your Lone Fire, or itself. It's not bad at grabbing like a Spore or Copy Plant either, depending on what kind of plays you want to set up. So Peacekeeper is good in that aspect. But yeah, so you need this because it's the easiest to stack, and it's pretty much a free Lone Fire, which equals free plant from your deck. The 2 Sylvan Martial Leaf, a lot of people just play 1 of this guy, and this card's pretty good. It's like pops the monsters, which is amazing. So yeah, 2 Sylvan Kumushrumu. This card is the Back Row Destroyer, Excavate 5. It's better than Curry Bandit. I don't like Curry Bandit, to be honest. I had a very powerful Excavate off this card. Double Lone Fire, Sylvan Peacekeeper, and Sylvan Segoquoia with a Charity in Graveyard. So that's pretty good. But anyways, Kumushrumu is just really good at excavating the 5. Popping the Spell and Trap is good too. This deck kind of struggles against the hand artifact deck though, so. The 1 Sylvan Flower Knight. Flower Knight is awesome. Like, I like this card a lot to set your Sylvan Charity to the top of your deck, or to set like a card that you'd like to excavate to the top of your deck. So this card has multi-purposes. It's also 18k beater, which is not bad in today's metagame, so. The 1 Cherub Shroud, I love and hate this card. This card is absolutely garbage when drawn, but when excavated, this card can do wonders at grabbing Spore or Copy Plant, or even your Princess Sprout, which I do play 1 copy of Princess Sprout, and Princess Sprout is better to draw, but still not the greatest. This card is still really good, though, regardless. So that's it for the Sylvan monsters. I'm not entirely sure how many that is, but there's a decent amount. I play 20 plant monsters in general, but for the rest, your double Lone Fire, because it's Lone Fire, and Lone Fire is what makes the deck good, in my opinion. Like, if you didn't have Lone Fire, this deck would be infinitely worse. The 1 Copy Plant. Copy Plant is a lesser or a non-Sylvan version of Princess Sprout, and I feel that with Princess Sprout, it sometimes can be bad, so Copy Plant is good, especially for your Cherub Sprout plays. And I'm going to zoom in, because I just realized how it wasn't zoomed in, so I apologize. I'm not sure if you care though. But the 1 Spore. Spore is Spore. Sekiro plays pretty much. And then the 1 Fallen Angel. I took out Dandelion because the tokens were absolute garbage in this deck. All they did was fill up your spots, and you couldn't do anything unless you had a Spore. Which forced a tuner play, which was bad in my opinion. So I feel like Dandelion is just not good in this deck. The tokens are completely useless, in my opinion. But anyways, on to these spell cards. That was 20 monsters. Spell count, I'm not entirely sure. But 3 copies of Sylvan Charity. Sylvan Charity is what makes the deck as consistent as it is. Draw, and then stack, and then do whatever you want with those excavations. So it just makes the deck super consistent, super powerful. I love it. The 41st card I play is the one Rank Up Magic, the 7th one. If you guys don't know what this does, if you draw it during your draw phase, reveal it, and keep it revealed until the start of the main phase 1, and then in the same turn, special summon from your extra deck or graveyard one monster that has a number between number 101 and number 107 in its name, except C monsters. Then exceed summon from your extra deck one number C monster with the same number in its name as the first monster, using it as an exceed material. You can only apply the effect of Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, once per duel. The reason why you play this card, as it seems that it can be super situational and drawing it is bad, is because you play the Sylvan Charity. What I mean by that is if you draw this card, you stack it to the top of your deck using Sylvan Charity's effect. So the next turn, you will draw this card. And when you draw it, you reveal it, and then you bring out your CXYZ. Usually it's number 107. But yeah, so Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, is really good in this deck. The double Mount Sylvania. Mount Sylvania is your field spell, which is okay in my opinion. This deck is already as consistent as it can get with Charity. This just helps. Outside of that, this card is not necessarily needed, so it's still a good card to have, though. It's also better to help win field spell wars, like against Madolches and Harpies and whatnot. So, for your Monster Reborn of the deck, your 3 Miracle Fertilizer, this card makes the deck changes the deck from a good deck to a better deck. Monster Reborn is just good. 3 Monster Reborns for days. And speaking of free Monster Reborns, it's not really free, but double Soul Charge away, whatever you need. You just use this card as a 1-for-1 to make an Exceed. Either special summoning out like a Hermitry or a Lone Fire to get into a Hermitry or Sage, or whatever I need just to make an Exceed play. Because I won't need to attack that turn if I'm just establishing a board. For the last spells, 3 MSD, you need to hit the back row. It doesn't matter. In a artifact format, these are not the best, but they're also not bad. So, yeah, that's it for the spells. That was 3, 6, 7, 8. Wait, no. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 14 spells. Which means there's 7 traps. I could have done that math. But the 1 Solemn Warning, this is the traps, and Solemn Warning is just too good not to run. The 1 Torrential Tribute is also really good. Bottomless Trap Hole is really good, especially since Soul Charge is a card. 2 Phoenix Wing, reset pretty much. If you're going second, this is pretty much saying, or if you go first, I guess this is pretty much saying your opponent's gonna go -1 on whatever they do, because they're just gonna have to redo it again. And by that time, you should have a pretty established board. And then double Divine Wrath, and I explained why I play this. This card just poops on the Bujin matchup. It's really good against Crane and Honest and etc. It's not bad against Madolches either, so Divine Wrath is very good. The fact that it's a a spell speed 3 counter trap is awesome. And that's it for the main deck. Like I said, 41 cards. Extra deck, or actually, side deck first, I guess. Extra deck will be last. What I decided was 2 DD Crow. DD Crow, in my opinion, is better than the Cycle Reader because it hits more than just artifacts, and I never faced artifacts, so it is a hard matchup, though. I did test against it, and I lost 2-1. Double Maxi. Maxi is just way too good not to have. Unfortunately, I can't main deck it, but if I could, I would. But the 1 Dark Hole. It's Dark Hole. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's pretty good at getting rid of established fields, though, against like Madolches and whatnot, so why not? 2 Dust Tornadoes. Macro kills this deck. Simple as that. 2 Mystical Ref Panel. This card is going to make a comeback, and what I mean by that is the fact that this helps your Sylvan Mirror match is beyond amazing. It's also really good against Mythic Rulers. activating Mythic Rulers, or Mythic Rulers with their draw power, are really good. And if you're playing a deck that revolves around its hand advantage, a stupid play that you can do, but it's also pretty good, depending on that, if you can win the next turn, is you activate your Sylvan Charity and then you Mystic Ref Panel yourself. So your opponent will draw 3 cards, not have any Sylvans. Don't do this in a mirror match, it's terrible in the mirror match. You want to Ref Panel your opponents, but against any other non-Sylvan deck you can do this, especially against like the Dragon Ruler deck, because they do somewhat rely on their hand advantage. So you charity them, and then you make them return their cards to the top of the deck, or their hand, which is stupid and gimmicky, but it's just funny, I guess. Would I do it in a major tournament? No. Would I do it at locals? Probably, yeah. But yeah, Mystical Ref Panel is just a really good card right now. Same with Imperial Iron Wall, in my opinion. This card just helps you win against DeFi and macro. Double Mind Crush, I just really like this card right now. It's pretty good. And then 2 DNA Surgery for your Bujin matchup. It's just, again, really good. And then for the extra deck, and then I'll talk matchups. Extra deck, 2 Aurea, the Sylvan High Arbiter. This is my favorite card in the deck. Its art is completely awesome. Like, it just looks awesome. That's the main selling point for it. And 2, its effect is ridiculous. The fact that it doesn't target, it makes it your own Madolche Tiramisu. This returns everything your opponent has set up if they cannot stop it. And if they cannot stop it, that's pretty much 2,800 to the face. The fact that you can make more than 1 per turn is even more ridiculous. So yeah, there's that. Hold on 1 second. I do play the number 11 Big Eye. Big Eye is just in here just in case I need it. I never usually make this card. However, if I feel like I need it, I guess I will make it. But yeah, Big Eye is honestly not even needed. You don't have to play it if you don't want to, but I play it just because I have it, I guess. The 1 Dracosack. Dracosack is the best rank 7. If I could, to be honest, I'd do 2 Aurea and 2 Dracosack. But I'm not rich with money, so 1 Dracosack. For the 8s, 1 Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. Felgrand is amazing. I would play 2 if I had a second, but since I don't, I play 1 Alze, the Sylvan High Protector. This card is a bad version of Aurea, but Alze is just a 3200 butt that you can sit on to protect yourself from Leo if you can't make this, and then when you make this, you get rid of Leo and the threats, which is kind of cool. And then for your rank up magic, the 1 number 107 Galaxy Sakian Dragon, and then the 1 C 107 Neo Galaxy Sakian Dragon. Both of these cards are just absolutely ridiculous. This card especially. The fact this is just a massive trap stun that stuns your opponent's entire field and it'll win more condition. If your opponent has more than 1 monster in attack position, this effect to tribute 2 monsters to ram over everything with a 4500 attack while stunning the field is also just insane. So I just absolutely love it. It's a win condition in itself if you top deck your rank up magic, which is kind of cool. I like win conditions, but and then for the synchros, 1 formula. I can cut this if I wanted to. I'm not sure how I feel about it. The 1 Armides. Armides is just really good in this format, I feel, with ice and fire hands, etc. 1 Black Rose Dragon. Black Rose Dragon is cool. Blow up the field. I've never actually made or resolved this card, so whatever. Stardust Dragon. I don't think I've made this card ever in my times playing it. Most of it is just rank 7 and 8s. So I may just switch to the All Exceed version. I'm not sure. The 1 Scrap Dragon. Scrap Dragon is cool. I like Scrap Dragon a lot. I have actually made this card though. Scrap Dragon and Dracosack. Too strong. The 1 Leo. Leo's awesome. Can't be targeted. Why not? The 1 Star Eater. Star Eater is also really good. I've made Star Eater quite a bit. I think 3 or 4 times, to be honest, with the Spore and Spore, and a Sage. So, but that's it for the deck profile for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now on to tournament report. This is going to be a longer video, and I apologize for that. But tournament report. This was a very special tournament. Recently, in the past few weeks, we had a local player who passed away from a seizure. So this tournament was to raise funds for his girlfriend who was pregnant. So it was it was hard news for everyone to like take in. But we organized this tournament, and all the proceeds went to her, and then the Epilepsy Foundation. So it was really cool. We ended up raising, I don't remember the exact amount, but it was good. We had like 30 people show up. It's a pretty big event. Meant a lot. Donated cards. I donated a lot of my binder, or not just my binder, but just random bulk hollows. But yeah. Anyways, I did play this deck. Round 1, I won against the Sylvan mirror match. He won game 1. I completely smoked him game 2. Game 3, it was just who drew charity first, and he did. And that's really it from there. And that's when I decided to pick up ref panels. And I guess I probably shouldn't have put them in, but whatever. And then round 2, I went against Bujins. This deck poops on Bujins, to be honest, especially since I main deck Divine Wrath. But the fact that Aurea just doesn't target and returns everything is just ridiculous. So double Aurea is just haha GG. But I 2-0'd Bujins, side decking Crows and side decking DNA Surgery. DNA Surgery came in clutch. Outside of that, I played Mythic Rulers. I 2-1 Mythic Rulers. He made Leo thinking that I had no way to get over it, and then I just made this card and it got really kind of salty. Like I said, this card's so good. It's my favorite card. And then I lost because of Soul Charge. I Soul Charged too many, and then he beat me because he top decked the Return, or Burial, not Return, Burial. Returning his dragons. And then game 3, I bottomless his Soul Charged dragons. So he lost a lot of advantage. And then from then on out, I just gradually gained advantage. He made a Leo to stall. I made an Aurea, bounced it away, and then made a Felgrand and a Draco Sack in the same turn. Using the bounced cards, and then Sylvania came into play with that as well. Or Lone Fire did, my bad. So, like I said, very powerful deck right now. I also got really lucky with an excavation off of one of my Hermitries when I'm making this to special summon out another Lone Fire, which really made the play like super powerful. But Divine Dragon Knight, Felgrand, Draco Sack, and Aurea are a very powerful trio if you can get them out. But anyways, guys, that's it for the deck profile. That's it for... Oh, last thing, I mirror matched another Sylvan player and I won that. So, there's that, or quote-unquote won. I don't know what would have happened if we would have played. I think I have more experience with the deck, but I think he may be the better player overall, so I don't know how it would have turned out. I did have ref panels, though, for the side. There's really not much you can side with it, so... but yeah, so... I'm not sure if I would have won that, so technically I was 2-1 undecided. But if I would have won, I would have topped. So, but that's it for the deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time with probably an updated Quasar video, so stay tuned for that. But thanks for watching.